Hey guys, what's up? Today I'll be talking about Howling 2. And let me just say, man, you telling me if I want to be a vampire or werewolf, I'd rather be werewolf because Howling 2 is the reason why, to me, werewolf movies were cool, you know? There are werewolf movies that will make you want to be a werewolf that are cool, but back then, when I was a kid growing up, fuck it, werewolves was the shit for me, man. Fuck it. Sybil Danning, yo, you can't fuck with her as a werewolf. Gangster. Gangster, gangster, gangster. Plus, you got Christopher Lee in this movie also. Plus, this is actually a follow-up sequel to Howling 1. And, I don't care what anybody says. Fuck the haters. I mean, there are people that love this movie too, but there are also haters like saying that, you know what, this movie wasn't like, they took it so seriously like Howling 1 did. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. Howling 2 was shit. I don't care. I don't care. Howling 2 is the shit, man. Um, Shout Factory, yes, like I said in my last review, Prison, um, Howling 2 have not got a Blu-ray treatment release and have not got a Shout Factory release, but Howling 1 did. So hopefully Shout Factory will be released. Not Shout Factory, but Shout Factory might pick up the rights of Howling 2 and, hopefully give it a Blu-ray release with a lot of good special features and a new interview with Sybil Danning. I'm all for it, man. Definitely. And I actually just emailed Shout Factory too on it. I was like, Shout Factory, please do a Howling 2 for the Scream Factory lineup. Brand new special features, DLCs if possible. Interviews with Christopher Lee too if possible. Oh, that shit would be epic. I'm stretching this a little long, right? Howling 2, the picture, like I said, after 1, you got the brother of the female heroine from the first movie, who's the female reporter, Karen, who died. When you see the end of Howling 1, she died. They're having a funeral ceremony for her. The brother and the friend of Karen is looking on at the funeral, while you get others looking on. You get the 2 werewolf agents for the main villain is Sybil Danning's character, and you also got Christopher Lee watching the funeral, who's like a hunter. Movie progresses where Christopher Lee goes up to them, to the brother of the sister of the last movie who died, telling him, introducing himself, who he is, and telling him about, like the sister pretty much is like a fucking werewolf, pretty much. So while you got that scene going, you also had another scene with the werewolf agents who work for the villainous werewolf named Subrata. Can't say the name right, but it's played. She's Sybil Danning plays the character. The werewolf agents going around killing people in the club, and use them as meat. And once Christopher Lee's character starts telling the hero of the movie and the heroine of the movie about werewolves that do exist, we gotta kill your sister because they took out the silver bullets. She's gonna come back alive. You get the scene to the graveyard when Christopher Lee and two other heroes of the movie battling off the werewolves. And Christopher Lee mentioned that, we gotta go to the dark country, which is Transylvania, to find the female leader, the werewolf queen, I would say, played by Sybil Danning. And then once they got to Transylvania, you got Sybil Danning's character, and then you also got the agents, the werewolf. I call them werewolf agents because they sell her. You know what I'm saying? So Danning's like the guy like looking like all old, and once they did the sacrificial ritual, and she sucks the energy out the virgin sacrifice pretty much. Yeah, without a doubt, virgin sacrifice. Her whole body has become a young body now, and she controls her werewolves. She said we gotta go after. And Sybil Danning's character, we gotta go after Christopher Lee's character, who's the hunter that's going after her. But you also have the twist that the hunter is actually in the movie is the brother of the queen of the werewolves in this movie, and the sisters, of course, and the sister, some Sybil Danning's character, while her brother's the hunter too. You know what I'm saying? They're brother and sister actually. So they're pretty much Christopher Lee's planning an attack to stop her and her clans of werewolf and kill them. Later in the movie, the heroine got separated, and the heroine pretty much got kidnapped from Sybil Danning's werewolf clan, and she's going to use her as bait to have her brother come to her. And then with Christopher Lee and a couple of hunters, they're going to go to her base and find her and her army off to save the girl and defeat the werewolf clan once and for all, And it's a fun movie, There's good werewolf kill scenes, shooting, stabbing, good fights. It's enjoyable fun action horror fight scenes, pretty much. You know, very fun stuff. Fun movie too. You know, it's a horror movie, but it's a fun movie at the same time. Definitely took advantage of the '80s generation, you know what I'm saying, with the music and the stylic shades. There's one scene when Christopher Lee has to go undercover in the 80s punk pop rock club, like when wearing the cool shades. I'm like, how can you not know it's an old dude in a club like this, especially Christopher Lee, damn it, you know. But I just thought that was a one funny scene at the beginning, kind of like at the beginning part of the movie. Um, Sybil Danny's character, she's a werewolf queen, but she also got black magic powers too. Like she was making like sounds, which makes your ears like crunch and your eyeballs pop out. She can even control make a midget into a puppet, you know. But oh god, very good movie anyway. Howling 2, just go check it out. Hopefully, Screen Factory, or aka Shout Factory, will pick up the rights to it and make it into one of the Screen Factory line of Blu-ray movies. That would be so fucking epic. Anyway, peace, guys. See you later.